you're taking omnipotence and you're saying you must be. It's inherently violent.
That was ridiculous.
Listen, the only thing I hope for you, this is the only thing that I hope for you.
Ridiculous.
Like every sci-fi enthusiast, I hope that higher dimensional beings come down glowing and talk to you about things. That's what I would hope. Huh?
What makes you think they talk?
Oh, you brought him back.
Only so that...
already here.
Right?
What did it say? Hitch slap?
Yeah.
I don't know what hitch means to you besides Will Smith movie.
But your idea.
He's an author. He's just an author. He's one of my favorite authors.
It's like 0 point energy is accessible by letting go. I don't know, ask the people watching the camera what's on the other end of this camera. There's an audience. Ask those people what 0 point energy means.
Getting to believe you're psychotic.
Well, I would understand why when your plateau is threatened that you would identify me as other.
I have no plateau. Like, what the hell are you doing? You're psychotic because you were broken from reality.
No, I'm psychotic. I'm being called psychotic because you're identifying me as a stranger. That's it. Yeah, like I'm just a weirdo. I'm just a foreigner. I'm just a threat. That's all. It's just another accusation. It's just a tactic.
That's why you said that.
No. You're calling me psychotic. See, I'm no longer a human being worthy of the same respect that you think that you should be given. That's all. I have thoroughly identified myself to you in your perspective as other. That's all.
You're starting to constantly live on a slippery slope.
No, it just feels like reality is less solid than my own effortless wishes. That's all. Okay, so like I could spend all day using easy to understand phrases to communicate with you, but you'll always run back to your drug, which is identifying others as others, so that identifying other souls as being strangers, like so that you can be victimized, because that's where you want to be. You want to be victimized. You want to be like, oh, what I'm experiencing is something being done to me.
I get it. He's an actor.
Yeah, performance art.
This whole thing he just practiced.
No, I think he's sincere.
Sincere, which means without wax.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Well, I'm familiar.
That doesn't mean anything to you.
Singularity.
Sincere means without wax.
Point energy.
Yeah.
And my concern is that while you're using those words, I think you're attempting to express something that you're passionate about. I think you're attempting to enlighten us.
I'm sort of lighting something on fire. I'm sort of like lighting something on fire. I'm sort of like wasting something. Like I'm talking to you, so I'm taking my time and I'm just like throwing it away, because ultimately,
I agree.
if you don't want to have a point of view, then you have the power to throw your point of view away. Like having a soul, if having a soul is too much of a burden for you, then you don't have to have a soul.
Sir, it's been interesting.
It's not hard to understand. Your point of view manipulates probabilities by the attitude that you have.
So does yours. Everything that you say about us is also true about us.
Yes.
You've been projecting on us.
Yes. All this is a reflection of my own self.
Get up and walk away. You could have walked away this time. But you're still sitting here projecting, saying that we're calling you other. That's what you did the moment you came over here. You told me to ask people on the other side of the camera, we haven't even watched this video yet.
Yeah.
0 point energy.
Yeah.
Because why? Time travel? Because Skynet's going to go back in time and then ask people on Facebook. Like, nothing is making any sense, dude.
That's not.
Like, nothing's making any sense.
Add it up.
Like, you
Do the add up yourself.
What the
Here's
hell
what
are
I
you talking
recommend.
about?
And I mean this sincere. I mean this like really. Write a book. Put this into a book.
Yeah.
There already have been books written about this. There's so many books about this.
Well, that shouldn't stop you, man.
Huh?
It shouldn't stop you if there's already been books written. Your opinion is unique in your own way.
Yes, exactly. You have your own unique point of view.
Ultimately, if I were to write a book on this, it would be so derivative, because the pieces that I would use, it would be like a patchwork of other people's ideas. The same way that language is a patchwork of sounds that we use to communicate, and we don't originate the sounds are taught to us as children. Like, I would just use bigger chunks of other people's like writings.
That still sounds like it'd be a pretty interesting book.
Thank you. That's a lot more pleasant to listen to than him telling me that I'm psychotic. It's really unpleasant. But you're so enfranchised. That you can't relate. So you call me psychotic as if it's not going to hurt my feelings, because you don't care that it hurts my feelings. Because you're so enfranchised and protected that you don't. You're huh?
Enfranchised about what?
I don't know. Why don't you look and see with your eyeballs?
See, here's the thing. When you say that everything,
You're placed. You have a place to sit, and you have people that back you up.
when you say that everything you say is derivative, then it just leaves me with the feeling that I shouldn't listen to you because you're not telling me anything new. But if you tell me,
I don't think there is anything
that you're something unique.
Oh, you're you're playing with victims. You've been doing it your whole fucking life. And then you come to a table full of atheists and say that we're playing with victims.
No. No, I did not accuse you, and I apologize if that was misunderstanding.
It's somehow magic.
You're framing me up. Now you're gonna frame me. Now you're gonna frame me for telling you. Now you're gonna frame me for telling you that no, I didn't do that.
Because I'm choosing to.
I didn't violate you. You're out in public. First of all, I didn't violate you. I couldn't have violated you by coming up and talking to
The word violates. So where did that word come from?
Huh?
Everything
Telling you that you're telling you about you. I didn't tell you about you. I didn't
You told us qualities about ourselves that you're saying that we need to change.
No, I offered a way that I see reality. That's all I offered.
You went beyond
just
that.
believe that everybody who's the same you. That is the textbook definition of psychosis. That is the
Well, I'm not.
Why is it that if I was in your perspective, if I was in your chair, right? If I was you, why is it that if I was you, instead of feeling like this, instead of feeling unpleasant, I would just say, hey, I don't want to feel unpleasant. Could I go back to where I was before you started talking?
Okay, so let me ask you, do you think you're the first person to say things like you're saying for as long as you've been saying them to come across this table?
Doesn't that seem like a ridiculous question? Like, of course I don't. Like, nothing is new under the sun.
I've been here for a while.
Nothing's new under the sun. I'm sane. I've read books. And I just said that everything that I would write in a book would be derivative, and now he's asking me a question, but really what he's doing is passive-aggressively saying, I don't have the courage to tell you that I'm not listening to you, so this is my way of telling you that I'm not listening to you.
Which is what you just got to find.
You just said, you literally said, he didn't just ask me a question.
I don't mind getting dirty, guys. I don't mind getting dirty. I don't even mind getting dirty in the dirt that you. I don't mind getting dirty in the dirt that you would say is not your dirt.
You're a slam poet.
Yeah.
A slam poet. A slam poet.
Yeah, right?
Is that a good thing that can enrich you, or a violent thing that is taking away from you?
It's neither. That's false. If you're not a slam poet,
That's nice.
you shouldn't be.
I like that.
You have all the happiness and persona of a slam poet.
Like I said, I love the passion.
Of
course they love the pain. Of course they love the pain.
I think it's a passion.
It's pain. Passion, pain. They're synonymous.
Every time we say a word, to say, oh, they just said something completely different than what they said.
I don't think that the word passion and pain are completely different. I don't think so. Huh?
If I had a pokeball, I would hit you in the head with it right now.
So you can use me against others? Word, that's what's up.
Yeah, basically.
That's what's up. I would be one of the. Yeah.
I go to a party, be like, check this out.
Do you know anything about Warhammer 4K? Do you know anything about Warhammer 4K?
Oh wait, is that the one with the space marines?
Yeah. There's a character in Warhammer 4K that's called the Void Dragon, and 0-point energy and letting go is so secret that people think of the void dragon as a bad guy. But when I think of a void dragon, I don't think of a bad guy. I think of when I think of a void dragon, I think of like a redeemed, like a turn to the light dragon, like a dragon who has learned to let go,
You have to send me that video.
Okay.
There's mad videos about it. There's this guy who I call Lucifer. I call him the devil because he dresses up as the devil on Halloween, and his name is Normal Bob
To the
Smith.
one guy watching right now, thank you.
And all he does is sit in Union Square.
Or could be a
It's
girl.
kind of like I would consider him a culture vulture, because all he does is take a medicine dropper and suck up visually little bits of Union Square, and then repackages it on his website. So he'll take all of the like eccentric hobos that are in Union Square, and he'll draw them, and he adds them to his product, which is like this thing called Amazing Strangers. And he's tried to do it to me, but all I see is all my limited self sees is a semi-rich white guy who isolates himself because that's his form of holy. Like, his form of holy is to socially isolate himself. So he's surrounded by only like heroin addicts that will never have an intimate relationship with him. And then outside of that surrounding is a bunch of people that he calls strangers.
How you know he calls them like?
Because he calls them amazing strangers.
Oh, right.
Alright, the table's packing up.
Division of church and state,
They finished at 6 o'clock, so
how can you take people's
I
base
guess I'm
of
going to stop the
values
broadcast now.
and separate
Thanks
it
to
from
the
how
one
they
person
choose
watching.
to participate in government?
It's not that.
You should say,
It's the thing of
you should say,
your religion. No, this is it.
past
Your
future.
religious values should not be imposed on somebody else. That's what you're.
But in order for each individual to participate, they must be allowed to participate without oppression. So each individual.
That's how that happens. It's just the Constitution.
Right.
It's literally just the U.S. Constitution.